Hello. In this video, we're going to be doing another high impact lesson that I believe is on page 14 of your textbook. It is indeed. But let's take a look, first of all, at the comparing numbers review in our notebooks. We talked about an equation, meaning that two sides are equal, an inequality, meaning that one side is larger than the other side. And we talked about the symbols that we use to compare numbers. We can use number lines, we can use symbols, lots of ways to compare numbers. But officially in math, you compare numbers using four symbols. You use the equal sign if the two numbers are the same. You can use not equal if the two numbers are not the same. You would use less than if the first number is smaller, and greater than if the first number is larger. So you might want to have these notes available, and let's take a look at page 14. Now there is a lot of reading on this page, and I am going to read it. Remember, you can speed up the playback tempo of your video, or you can just skip over this if you don't want to listen to me read page 14. This is a high impact lesson, which means it's very, very, very important for tests. It will be on the test somewhere. So we are looking at comparing whole numbers. That just means that they do not have decimals. And it just occurs to me that my Good Notes page looks entirely different. So they must have updated my software overnight. Hopefully, that will not affect us in any way. No decimals or fractions if we're talking about whole numbers. Okay, comparing numbers involves determining if one is greater than, less than, or equal to another. On a number line, numbers to the right are greater than those to the left. Using a place value chart to compare numbers. The number 200 is greater than any number in the 100s, including 199. Start comparing numbers with the greatest place value. If they match, check the next greatest place value. Focus on the highest place value where the digits differ to make a comparison. And another way to say this is to move, meaning allow your eyes to move left to right. So the way you read, your eyes will move left to right when you are comparing numbers. An example. Let me highlight the example for you. It says to compare 986 and 985. So moving left to right, we would first compare the hundreds place. And both of them have 9 flats. Then we would compare the tens place. Both of them have 8 rods. But when I get to the ones place, I can tell you that this number is larger. It is 1 cube larger than the number underneath it. So I would say that 986 is greater than 985. And that is the symbol that will work here. Notice that the big end of the arrow goes with the big number, or the alligator is eating the 986. And I am not going to read steps 1 through 4 because that's what we just went over. But feel free to stop the video and read all of that if you would like to. You can also use expanded notation to compare numbers. And let me show you where I am here. I'm down to this part, to this header. Using expanded notation to compare numbers. To write a number in expanded notation, break apart the number by place value. For example, the number 879 has 8 hundreds, 7 tens, and 9 ones. In expanded notation, 879 is written as 8 times 100. Those are our flats. 7 times 10, those would be rods. And 9 times 3, those would be cubes. And you have addition signs in between. So they want us to compare 2 times 100, 3 times 10, and 4 times 1, and the number 241. So step 1, the expanded notation we're given is equal to 200 plus 30 plus 4, or 234. And then we can compare 234 and 241. So what they're telling me here is they want me and you, they want us to put a symbol in this box. Now we could use the not equal symbol, but when they say compare, they want greater than, less than. Find the greatest place value where the digits differ. Both numbers have a 2 in the hundreds place, but the digits in the tens place differ. I would encourage you, until you're very comfortable with this, to do this. On your scrap paper, stack up the numbers. Line up the hundreds, the tens, and the ones, and then start comparing. The hundreds place is the same in both numbers. But in this one, we can see that the 4 is larger than the 3. So we would say that 234 is less than 241. 234 is less than 241. So we are going to be doing practice on these. And let's do that now. Let's look at page 15. Oh, sorry. Here's the test example. I wondered where that was because they always give us a test example. Here's the question. Which symbol makes the expression true? And that symbol will have to go in that box. And we can choose less than, plus, greater than, or equal to. Now I am going to do it my way, but absolutely feel free to stop the video and read here if you want. I am going to read the hint before I start working. When comparing two 3-digit numbers, always start comparing the greatest place value, which is the hundreds place. Then move to the next greatest place value. So we're working left to right. So on this first one, it tells me that we have, let me do it this way for you. I'm going to highlight this one in green. And then I'll highlight this one in blue. And I'm going to turn that expanded notation into actual numbers. So I have 7 times 100, 8 times 10, 3 times 1. So that's the first number, the green number, 783. And then let's put the blue or purple number, whatever you call that color. To me, it looks purple, but it might look different on your screen. I have a 7. 8 times 10 is 80. And 2 times 1 is 2. And then I can compare. The 7s are the same. The 8s are the same. And in this one, this is the greater number. 783 is greater than 782. So we want our alligator to eat the biggest number, the bigger number. 783 is greater than 782. And so that would be answer C as in Charlie. 783 is greater than 782. I would encourage you to use your scrap paper on these. I would also encourage you to use number lines as needed. Okay, number 1. It says to read each question and select the correct answer. Which number is greater than 602? This is a good one to do a number line if you need help. If you know the answer, don't go through this. But if you need a little bit of help, write it down on scrap paper. So put your 602 on there. The first choice is 566. That would be less than 602. 598 would be less than 602. 602 is equal to 602, but 606 is greater than 602. And of course, that's the answer we want to choose. D as in Delta. Number 2, which number is less than 933? Again, a number line would be very helpful. And let me try, I'll just put it right up here. I don't have a lot of space. Scrap paper is my friend. But on the computer, I don't have the luxury of scrap paper. So let's put our 933 down. And then we have 929. That would be lower. 934 would be higher. 940 would be higher. And 941 would be higher. The question is which is less than 933, and that would be 929. Again, if you don't need a number line, don't waste time drawing one. This is just if you're still struggling with this a little bit. I will also say, though, don't underestimate these problems because they may look easy, but they're not. And they're designed, I don't care what they say, they are designed to be trick questions. So just be careful. Which comparison is true? This is my next question. 334 equals 343. That is not true, and here's the reason. You see those tens places? They're different. So this is false. 562 is greater than 529. Well, that's a true statement because the 6 is bigger than the 2. 701 is smaller, is less than 107. That is not true because a 7 is bigger than a 1. 782 is more than 789. Well, the 7s are the same, but the 8 is not bigger than the 9. So the one that we want is B, as in Bravo. This statement is true. Again, look at all your choices, make the best choice. Get rid of answers you know cannot be true. All right, this one. Which symbol makes the expression true? Well, my 5s are the same. My 10s are the same, the zeros. But here we have a difference. We have 5 and 8. So this number is less than the 8. And so we want the less than symbol, which is this one. I like to see the alligators. 505. Oh, I didn't see it. Right there it is. They drew this already for me. And 508. 505 is less than 508. So your answer on this one is D, as in Delta. Number 5. Which symbol makes the expression true? Now, these will mess with your mind a little bit, and one way to help that is to find the box. Go ahead and highlight that box or mark it on your scrap paper, however you're doing it. Make sure you know where the box is. All right, the first number they gave to me, it's 554. The second one is an expanded notation, but we can do this. We have 5 times 100, that's a 5 in the hundreds place, a 2 in the tens place, and 1 times 1 would be 1 in the ones place. So the 5s are the same, but here we have some luck. We have a 5 and a 2. So this time, this number is greater than the other one. So it would be this symbol, and I'm liking answer C on this one, greater than. Don't let that expanded notation get you rattled. It looks different, I will agree, but you can do it. Number 6. Which symbol makes the expression true? Here's the key word. We got to find the true one. Again, I would look for the box. Make sure you know where it is. And this time we know the second number. We know the 853. The first one in front of the box is 8 in the hundreds place, 5 in the tens place, and 3 in the ones place. So the 8s are the same, the 5s are the same, and the 3s are the same. So what is it in our symbol library that means same? You got it. It is the equal sign. Those two values are equal, which means these two form an equation, which you will use in algebra. You're kind of already doing algebra in a way. Not really, but you're learning the foundation for it. Number 7. Which comparison is false? So we have a question that we have to highlight and find the keyword, false. All right, the first one says that 223 is less than 231. So if we compare, our hundreds places are the same, but this 2 and that 3 are not the same. And 223 is indeed less than 231. So that statement is true. Here we have 429 and 502. So the 4 and the 5 are not the same, and the 4 is not greater than the 5. So this is a false statement. C, we have 857 and 858. So we have 8s are the same. 5s are the same, but we have a 7 and an 8. And the 7 is less than the 8. That's a true statement. And then here we have 928 and 982. Nines are the same, but 2 is not bigger than 8. So that is a false statement. So am I missing something? Let me look here, because I have 2 that are false. So let's look at them again. 223 is less than 231. That is true. 429 is greater than 502. That's a false statement. 857 is less than 858. That's true. And 928 is greater than 982. That's false. I'm going to need to check an answer key on this one because I'm getting 2 of them that are false. Unless I'm just missing something, I believe we have 2 of them here. And I would be okay with that if this said which comparisons are false. Then we could have 2 answers. But I'm not sure what's happening there. I will check the answer key.